I have to say, you guys, hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today, there has been a lot of buzz about two specific products from the drugstore, and I'm here to see what the fuss is all about. I actually sent my husband to Ulta on an errand for me to pick up these two products. He found the mascara that I wanted to try, and then the CC cream. They had the display, but they didn't have any of the products out yet. And somehow he convinced the workers to like make a special trip for him to go in the back and get him the CC cream so I could try it today. So I'm really grateful. Thank you to Thailand for picking this up for me. But I've got my Ulta bag right here, and if you couldn't tell already by the thumbnail, I am going to be finally trying the e.l.f. Camo CC cream. I have had so many requests to try this out, so my husband picked up two shades for me so that I could make sure I had one that works, hopefully. And then also I've been hearing so many things about this, and I've been looking for this everywhere. I could not find it anytime I went to a drugstore, but apparently they had it at Ulta. I didn't think to look at Ulta. But this is the new Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High Mascara. So I have been dying to try these two products for so long. I figured I would just make a dedicated video trying out the CC cream and the mascara. We'll do a wear test and see what the hype is all about, see if it lives up to the hype. So let's just get right into it. I had my husband pick up two shades, Fair 120N and Fair 140W. Based off of the swatches online, I think I'm gonna be Fair 120N, which is the lightest shade. We will see though. Hopefully it works. So basically, before we get into it, this is supposed to have skin-loving ingredients like collagen peptides and niacinamide. Niacinamide is one of my favorite skincare ingredients, so that's really nice to know. It has an SPF of 30. It does have octinoxate, as well as titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. You guys know I personally prefer mineral sunscreens in a product. Sometimes I can get away with a chemical sunscreen. It truly just depends on the product, but I have acne-prone skin, and some of them can break me out or irritate my skin, so we'll see how this goes. Luckily, there is the titanium and the zinc in there as well, and there's actually mostly zinc, which is nice. So hopefully nothing will happen with the octinoxate, but we will find out. On the back, it says, ditch your basic foundation. This color correcting cream is the only product you will need to achieve a natural looking complexion, but with full coverage. A multitasking dream cream infused with collagen peptides and niacinamide, known to plump, hydrate, and smooth the appearance of your skin while protecting with SPF 30. Apply 1 to 2 pumps of the CC cream to clean skin using our e.l.f. Complexion Duo brush to achieve an airbrushed finish. Wear as a moisturizer or full coverage foundation depending on your needs. It's kind of interesting, like you can either use it as a moisturizer or a full coverage foundation. We will see if it's able to sheer out to the point where it would just be a moisturizer, but maybe what they're saying is like using it as a moisturizer for the benefits, because it sounds like you are going to get pretty good coverage. I don't have the brush they recommended, but I did just clean my skin and I applied just moisturizer. So the skin is nice and prepped. I'm gonna try this shade first. So we have a plastic component with a pump. I'm gonna just do one pump on the back of my hand. I'm normally a neutral undertone, so I'm thinking that this will be the best shade for me. I don't know. Oh, this looks kind of light. It might be a little light. I don't know. Let's just try it out. I'll kind of swatch it on the side of my face first. Oh, yeah. It's definitely a little bit light. I'm just gonna press that area into the skin with a sponge really quick and let it sit, because sometimes things can oxidize. In the meantime, I will open up the other shade and just see if it's any darker. I don't know if it's gonna be any darker. Maybe the only difference will be the undertone. Okay, yeah, I applied the other one. I put too much on, and that's the warm undertone. So I definitely feel like my best bet is still that first shade, even though it is a little bit light. It honestly does match my neck, and luckily I'm very fair right now, so we're just gonna go with it. I can warm it up with bronzer, but I'm actually surprised that I might be a deeper shade, because truly I looked at their swatches on Ulta. I will pop up a screenshot right here, and shade 120N truly looked like it would be a perfect match for me. But anyway, let's just keep going. I'm gonna keep applying the CC cream onto one half of my face first. I mean, the coverage is definitely there. This brush is applying it so beautifully. This is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH03 brush. I'm gonna go in with my sponge and just press this into the complexion. Okay, so actually, like looking up close, I feel like it looks kind of crazy right now because I have so much redness that has been canceled out on this side that is obviously still visible on this side. This looks really nice and fresh on the skin. Like I said, the coverage is definitely there, but it doesn't feel heavy at all, and you can actually still see a couple of spots showing through underneath, so it looks a little more natural. I do feel like I could probably go for whatever is the deeper shade in the neutral range. So if I end up liking this formula, I will try to pick that up and see if it's a better match for me. Again, I don't feel like this is extremely far off. I mean, it's pretty light, but I'm gonna make it work. Let's apply it to the other side of the face. Yeah, I definitely feel like applying it with a fluffy brush like this works really, really well. You know what? I am going to bring it kind of up around the eye area as well. I literally don't even think I need to use a concealer. That's how much coverage this gave. Same thing, I'm going to take what's left on the back of my hand and just blend this in as best as I possibly can. Okay, I have to say, I really, really love the finish of it. It's not too dewy, but it's not too mattifying. It feels very, very natural in the skin. Again, it feels very lightweight. When I look up close, it has such a beautiful finish. Wow, I really feel like based off of applying it, it's already kind of living up to the hype, but obviously we still have to wear it, which is going to be important. I am going to take a tiny bit of concealer. I feel like I don't really need it. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't feel like I need it. I really shouldn't apply more if I don't feel like I need anything. So maybe I'll just take a little teensy bit of the same CC cream, and I'm just gonna take that on a fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna build up a little more right in the area where I feel like I could use a little more brightening, just here. If this wears well under the eyes, that's gonna be kind of like a game changer for me in my everyday routine, because being able to skip concealer would save me so much time. Okay, I'm gonna set the face with the powder that I'm most familiar with right now, which is this right here. It's the Ciate London Everyday Vacay Powder. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set the under eye area. I'm gonna pat out the eyelid and apply some powder there. And I'm somebody who likes to apply a bit of powder all over the face, just because I do have that redness and I have a lot of hyperpigmentation. I don't want anything to budge on the sides of my face. So I'm taking that same powder and just gently pressing it on the cheeks, and then I always like to go in with my sponge and just gently go over the whole face so that everything is set but it doesn't look powdery. All right, I definitely feel like we need to warm up this complexion a little bit. First, I'm gonna go into brows. I'm gonna use my Milani Precision Brow Pencil in the shade Espresso. I'm just gonna fill in my brows really quickly since it's not the most exciting thing in the world. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys how much the CC cream is. So this retails for $14. And if I'm counting correctly, it looks like it comes in 16 shades. That's at least as many as I see on Ulta right now. Let me double check e.l.f.'s website to make sure. Okay, I'm glad I checked e.l.f. So they have 20 shades on e.l.f.'s website. Okay, brows are filled in pretty good. I might touch those up later. I'm gonna go ahead and bronze up the skin with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, just so we can start warming things up a little bit over here. Make sure to apply it along the jawline and down the neck, and then of course the forehead. For highlighter, I'm going to take my Dior Quad, and I'm going to mix the 3 of these shades and just apply this to the high points of my cheeks. I've been really into this palette all over again. I'm going to go down the center of the face a little bit with this, and of course a bit above the brows. For blush, I wanted to use the e.l.f. Always Cheeky blush. I think Always Cheeky is the shade. I think this is the primer infused blush, if I'm not mistaken. Just gonna go ahead and apply that to the apples of the cheeks. Oh, I forgot how pretty this color is. Such a good springtime color if you have fair light skin. It's just a really nice soft peach tone. Let's do a quick eye look. I'm just gonna use my bronzer and blush. So I'm gonna start with the Butter Bronzer and just run that through the crease and a bit underneath the lower lashes as well. I'm gonna take that same blush from e.l.f. and I'm just gonna kind of pop this in the outer portion just to tie in that peach tone. Then I'm going to take the pink shade in the Dior palette just on my finger, and I'm going to use this as my lid shadow. I'm taking a smaller brush and that same pink, and I'm just running that along the lower lash line. And then I'm going to take the white shade in the palette and just pop that in the inner corners and a bit right on the brow bone. Let's try out the new mascara from Maybelline. I got a little powder on it. Okay, so again, this is the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. Let's see what it claims. Apparently this is their first mascara made for full volume and authentic length. Custom flex brush grips and extends every lash. Formula with bamboo extract and fibers gives authentic impact. There's no clumping, smudging, or flaking. Up to 24-hour wear. Okay, we will see about that. You guys are the ones who got me hooked on the original Lash Sensational mascara. I have been dying to try this. I think the packaging is so pretty. Look at that. I really like this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the wand is definitely different than the original Lash Sensational. It has a slight bend to it. Let's see how this applies, shall we? I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it on my top lashes first. I'm so curious about this because everyone has been raving about it. And you know me, I'm so picky with my mascara. I was like, let's see if this is really gonna live up to the hype. I'm really interested. This kind of seems like it might be a tubing mascara. I could be wrong, but that's the vibe it's giving me. So here's the eye without, obviously. Here's the eye with the mascara. I do obviously have naturally long lashes. This is giving volume. It's not as voluminous as some of the other mascaras that I own, which could also be because it's a brand new bottle. Sometimes when I barely open a bottle of mascara and it's new, it doesn't quite have as much volume as when I wait a couple of days for it to dry out a bit. But it really does have a nice smooth application. I feel like I don't get any clumps, but it really lifts and separates. I could see why a lot of people would like this. It's nice. Obviously a wear test is going to be really important for a mascara, but off of application, I think it's really nice. Like I kind of see why people have been reaching for this. Something else I want to note, it's so lightweight on the lashes. Like it barely feels like I'm wearing any mascara, but the impact is definitely there. So interesting. We will see how this wears. I'm going to use this e.l.f. lip liner. This is one of their Retro Paradise lip liners that came in a set. It's the nude shade in that set. It doesn't have a name. But I'm just gonna kind of line and fill in the lips with this. And then I wanted to try this out. This is one of the newer shades of the e.l.f. Ride or Die lip balm. This is in the shade Grapefruit Goals. So let's try this out. It's like a bright pink. I was wondering if this would be one of those shades that like matches to your pH. I think it might be. Oh my gosh, the grapefruit. I am a sucker for grapefruit anything. Oh my gosh, that is so nice. It tastes so good. Ooh, that's pretty. Feels really nice on the lips too. And if you love grapefruit, you will love this. As far as like the scent and the flavor goes. Oh, that's so good. All right, it's time to step back and assess the situation quickly because I want to get to a wear test as soon as possible, but we gotta add more bronzer first, of course. I feel like once I added everything to the complexion, that shade looks fine to me. I do feel like, you know, if I get any kind of color, you know, I don't really tan well at all. I don't try to tan, but I do feel like I would need another shade in the summertime regardless. But in the middle of winter, I think this will be fine. All right, so usually when I do a foundation test, I try not to wear a primer or a setting spray so I can really see how the product wears on its own. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and set the brows. I'm gonna use the Melania Clear Brow Gel for this. My current favorite drugstore brow gel. It's very good. Who am I kidding? I need a little more blush. I just love blush, and this color is so pretty. Just gonna kind of press that onto the cheeks. Okay, here's my makeup right after applying. I will show you the time. It's currently 3:22, so I'm gonna wear this for as long as possible for the rest of the night. We are going to keep our eye on the CC cream and the mascara. It's kind of nice to like only have two things to worry about today. All the other products I used are things that I am familiar with already, except for the lip balm, I guess, but I really like the lip balm so far. So yeah, let's get to our wear test. I'm gonna show you guys what this looks like just by my window right after I finish filming here in my studio, and then we'll do a couple more check-ins throughout the night and see if everything lives up to the hype. Honestly, as of right now, I have high hopes for both products. I think they both applied beautifully, and I can kind of see why there's been so much buzz around both products, but a wear test will tell all. So I will see you guys in a little bit for my first check-in. And here we are, right after filming. I really like how my complexion looks. My mascara, obviously right now, still looks fine because I haven't worn it long enough to see if it's gonna smudge or flake or anything. But the complexion feels very lightweight. I feel like it looks very fresh. We'll have to see how it wears and just see, you know, if it keeps looking super fresh. I'm noticing that like it already looks kind of dewy-ish on my forehead, which makes me a little concerned if it's going to hold up when I get oily in a few hours. There's only one way to find out though. So far so good. I really like how everything is looking and I'm excited. So we will see how things are holding up in a couple hours and I will see you then. Hello. I feel like I keep doing my check-ins in my kitchen lately, but I actually am wearing an apron because I am attending attempting some keto vanilla raspberry cupcakes. I have no idea how it's going to turn out, but I can give you an update right now on the CC cream and the mascara. Honestly, I keep looking in the mirror and I'm shocked at how nice it looks. I mean, there's a little bit of a sheen on my forehead, but truly I feel like it's the same as when I first started wearing it. As far as the mascara goes, there are zero signs of smudging or flaking, so far so good. I mean, we still have quite a bit of time to wear this, but this is about the halfway mark for my usual wear test, and I am loving everything so far. So yeah, I will see you guys in a little bit for my final check-in. Well, here are my cupcakes. They smell really good. We'll have to see how they taste. Check the description box for an update on how the cupcakes turned out. I have to come up with a frosting, but I'm hoping Tylen is surprised when he gets here because we've been watching a lot of Magnolia Network and they're all like food shows and it's impossible to watch them without eating something, so I figured might as well make cupcakes while we watch the show. But I wanted to show you guys. All right, you guys, so I am back in my studio now. It's currently 10:45 p.m. So I've been wearing this for a little over 7 hours, 7.5-ish hours, and this is what things are looking like. I normally try to do an 8-hour wear, but we're pretty much there. So I have to say, you guys, I have been very impressed with everything all day long. Things have stayed so smooth and beautiful across my entire complexion all day. Again, this is without me touching up at all. This is without a primer. This is without a setting spray to help out. It's without my usual mattifying powders that I like to use in the T-zone. So I am really, really loving how my complexion looks. There's definitely a little bit of separation around the nose. That happens with literally every foundation though these days. And there's a little bit in the smile lines too, but again, very normal for me personally. I am loving how this area looks right here. The forehead's a little bit sheeny, but not too bad. And on a normal day, I would have already touched up if I felt like I needed to. But yeah, really nice on the CC cream. And the mascara has not smudged or flaked at all. It still feels very lightweight. I'm interested to see how it removes, but based off of my wear today, I really enjoyed it. So it turns out there's a reason why there's so much buzz around these two products. I will definitely be using both of them again. The only con actually is finding a perfect match for me. I went back on the Ulta website to see if I had just kind of calculated something wrong, and I feel like the next shade deeper in the neutral undertone, which is the undertone that I have, looks a little too deep. So maybe I'll pick that up eventually, but I feel like I would have to probably mix it with this anyway. So that's something to consider. I mean, I still feel like it worked once I added bronzer. Again, I feel like it's fine. But for the summertime, I feel like I might want to use a little bit of a deeper shade. So yeah, just kind of wanted to mention that as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. Based off of today, these two things got me really excited. I feel like they performed so well, and the fact that they're both from the drugstore makes it that much better. You guys know how much I love finding incredible drugstore products, and this was amazing. I also forgot using it as a concealer. I feel like it worked beautifully, so that's gonna save me so much time to just be able to put something all over the complexion. It evens out my skin tone, it evens out my under eyes. I'm really, really excited about it if you can't tell. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie, and I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button, and if you're already a subscriber, you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post. That's it for me today. Also, if you want to know, I really enjoyed the e.l.f. balm as well. That was a new product too, and I really, really liked it. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye!